urges today because I think they're pretty important on the journey of semen retention and no fap and stuff like that. Um, and I wanted to talk about the strength of urges and how some urges can easily be like whatever, and some can be super strong and super like possessive, like they have power over you and possess you kind of thing. Um, so one thing I think that creates the strength of an urge is equal to, well, part of it is habit, how like habitual is basically just like succumbing to your urges. But I think a more important thing, or or an observation that I think is really like it equates to the strength of an urge, is if the urge is stronger and stronger, it might equate to a deeper dissatisfaction of where one is in their life. Um, so if an urge comes on really strong and really like it keeps luring you in, and you start to come up with excuses of being like, oh, I'm gonna, yeah, whatever, like this is fine. I've already, completed several days or whatever. I've gone a week without doing it. I can just do whatever, which is fine. I think not beating yourself up over relapses and stuff like that is actually kind of important, and still kind of getting back on the horse and kind of keep attempting this practice. But for the long streak, I think there needs to be an awareness to why the urges come on so strong. Um, and I think it's when an urge comes on, I think that's an opportunity to take a look at the things you don't want to look at, because perhaps some discomfort is arising in your life, and you or I or whoever is not used to looking and addressing and being in that discomfort. And so the urge to go and distract yourself with high intensity dopamine flushing of your system, the self pleasure, is is a way to look away. Like you want to, it's like an attempt to look away from whatever thing you've dissatisfaction that you just don't want to assess in your life. So I think when an urge comes on, it's really hard because, again, part of it is also the habit of giving in is also so strong. But it's an opportunity to look at what are you dissatisfied in your life with, and face that head on, and then see if you can use that urge as a call to action to do something about it. Um, it's really hard. It's really hard, especially, if you go, oh, I have time right now, nothing is urgent and stuff like that. These are kind of the excuses the brain makes up to go into to succumb to the urge. Um, and honestly, if you do succumb to the urge, I highly, highly recommend that. Again, try not to beat yourself up over it, but journal. I would even go as far as to journal before you're about to masturbate and see where that takes you. Um, I would say like allow yourself to, an urge comes on, let's say, and then you start looking at stuff, even in the middle of it, just, you know what, just pull up something, a Google Docs or something, and start writing about what you're currently in this moment experiencing, looking at lustful images and all this stuff, and see what happens next. You may continue, you may not, and if you do continue and you ejaculate and all this stuff, um, write, yeah, write about it after, and really assess your state post this experience. Um, Anyway, I do think urges are stronger when dissatisfaction in life is also strong. So it's hard. So that's why I think semen retention no fap is really hard in the beginning. And that's why a lot of fumbling happens, I think, because I think a lot of people starting this are actually wanting a more satisfying life. So they're starting from a place of dissatisfaction. So the urges are going to be stronger in the beginning. And that's why I think it is okay to fumble a little bit and kind of pick up the pieces and keep going. And yeah, so anyway, that's my take on that. If you can find your own protocol where an urge comes on, and then you try to assess the what you are dissatisfied in life with, and see if you can take a small action towards a more satisfying life, and use the urges in this way. But also, we're humans, so if you do succumb to the urge, I do implore you to write about it after the fact or during the fact as well. Anyway, that's it. That's all I gotta say about urges.